A new form of fasting, called intermittent fasting, is now trending in the fitness industry as an efficient way of burning fat and minimizing risk factors associated with developing metabolic, neurological, and even cancerous diseases. Many claim that the practice can lead to weight loss, reduced inflammation, and lower resting heart rate, among other numerous benefits. There are many different forms of intermittent fasting that include, but are not limited to the 16-8 method, which involves only eating in an 8-hour time period, which leaves the body in a fasted state for the remaining 16 hours of the day on a regular basis. Eat Stop Eat, which involves fasting for 24 hours for once or twice a week, and the 5-2 diet, which involves restricting caloric intake to 500 to 600 calories for 2 non-consecutive days of the week. Each form of intermittent fasting has its respective benefits and drawbacks. The 16-8 method of intermittent fasting is found to be the simplest and most sustainable form of intermittent fasting that individuals adopt, and is therefore the most popular form of intermittent fasting. Individuals who may find the 16-8 form of intermittent fasting quite easy may then move on to the more advanced form of intermittent fasting, such as the Eat Stop Eat method or the 5-2 method. It is important to be sure to eat healthy meals throughout the day, however, and it is best to not overwhelm the body with an influx of food later in the day. The best approach to intermittent fasting that will maximize results over time is a method that you will remain consistent with and suits your dietary goals as well as your schedule. That being said, this dietary practice is certainly not for everyone. According to a 2024 study conducted by the American Heart Epidemiology and Prevention Association, the 16-8 form of intermittent fasting was associated with a 91% increase in the chance of cardiovascular death. People with heart disease or cancer also had an increased risk of cardiovascular death. Compared with a standard schedule of eating across 12 to 16 hours per day, limiting food intake to less than 8 hours per day was not associated with living longer. These results may have resulted from participants possibly overeating during the eating window, potential nutrient deficiencies, and increased stress hormones triggered by prolonged fasting periods. Additionally, intermittent fasting may lead to feeling sick, overeating, loss of too much weight, and can be dangerous alongside the consumption of some medications, according to an article published by Harvard Health. Therefore, it is important to consult with your medical provider to discern whether intermittent fasting is a healthy option for you that will allow you to achieve your fitness goals. A review study on intermittent fasting found that following this dietary protocol was associated with a 3 to 8% weight reduction in participants across the evaluated studies. And the same study also found a link between intermittent fasting and a loss of 4 to 7% waist circumference, which indicates a decrease in fat around the abdominal area, which is highly linked to various diseases. There is no strict upper age limit for intermittent fasting, but it's not recommended for those under 18 or 80 years or older, those who are pregnant or breastfeeding, those with eating disorders, or individuals with certain medical conditions.